not only did you come to a new country, you did your studies, but you were also dealing with a really bad economic time when a lot of PMMs are being laid off from big tech, and there's only a finite number of spots. Yet you were still able to land a job in the space. What was that journey like in terms of your job search and landing that role?
Sure, absolutely. I really liked the overall journey. Last year, before graduating, I had two job offers. I chose one offer, but then the one I chose, it was 1 week before me joining there because of the budget issues. They revoked that offer. So that was really heartbreaking. It was unfortunate, so I understand. So after that, I started from the bottom.
Can you just tell us about yourself and what you do for fun?
My name is Shriansh. I have recently done my MBA in marketing from University of California, Riverside. Before that, I was in India working for a SaaS-based company called Centelytics. So how my product marketing journey started in terms of my undergrad, I'm a computer science engineer. And I realized that I don't want to be a software engineer per se. I am more of a people person. I really liked getting to the business side of things. So after my engineering, I joined one of this very first company. It was around edtech back in India in Bangalore itself, and I joined as a sales enablement over there. So over there, I was not exactly doing product marketing, but some part of it. And since that was my very first job, when I took it, I got the hang of it, like how exactly you do sales enablement, how you train your salespersons. I got excited about that. And when I took this next chapter of my life and when I switched my company, that's when I was working as a product marketing associate. That was the role I took it to this SaaS-based company called Centelytics. It was a startup, it was a B2B company, and they were building the cloud management platform. The best part about working in startups is that even though you have a one specific role, but you are doing tons of different work. You are working with sales, you're working with product management, you're working with finance, you are present everywhere. When I joined them as a product marketing associate and I was involved in doing different projects. There was one wonderful project that I led, which resulted for the company almost about a $500,000 of ARR for the 1 year. That was a go-to-market strategy that I was working on. So that's when I got really excited, and that's when I decided, okay, this is something that I really want to do and pursue my career into it, the product marketing. Because before that, I was doing it, but I was not sure about it, whether do I want to pursue this as my full career. So after that, I wanted to do my MBA, so came to US, did my MBA in marketing, and graduated last year. And while I was searching for different jobs and wanted to gain more and more knowledge around product marketing, so when I stumbled upon your channel on YouTube and when I took your course, the PMM career track, that really helped me to enhance my knowledge around product marketing, ranging from buyers persona, go to market strategies, and different areas. So that really helped me. Currently, I've been associated with this again a startup. It's called OneTouch.io. The company is based out of New York, and I'm working from home these days. But what the company is doing, they have a B2B product around data security and posture management. So we are in space like privacy and security, automated governance, contextual visibility, and compliances and things like that. We're into this sort of space, and I'm working with them as a product marketing manager. What I do for fun, I enjoy cooking. And along with that, I'm an astronomy and astrophysics geek. So in some time I like to read about it and understand more about this area as well. So yeah.
Awesome. That's quite a journey. You basically switch countries, you switch careers, and you switch industries as well.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know, you went from engineering to
Mhm.
sales enablement to
Mhm.
product marketing associate to school and
Mhm.
then to product marketing. Of all of those transition, which transition was the hardest for you and why?
I would say that there were two transitions that were really hard for me. So, first of all, when I was trying to take a job after my undergrad, because I'm a computer science engineer and I was trying to apply for the businesses role, I had no experience about the corporate industry. Did some of my research, reached out to a couple of people over LinkedIn and inviting them, like, hey, can we just have a chat over coffee? Would love to understand what you are doing, and I'm really interested in that. So that's how I landed into that opportunity as a sales enablement. And the second transition was when it was tough for me when I came to US. I did my studies, and then after that, I was trying to get into the product marketing domain. When I graduated, the US economy is a turmoil right now. So that was one of the major reason. And the another reason was that in terms of overall number of years of experience, I was lagging as per the industry standards. I did not have those industry standard number of years of experience. So because of that, this transition was a bit tough, I'd say, but it was worth the wait.
I was going to ask about that because not only did you come to a new country, you did your studies, but you were also dealing with a really bad economic time when a lot of PMMs are being laid off from big tech,
Mhm.
and there's only a finite number of spots. Yet you were still able to land a job in the space. What was that journey like in terms of your job search and landing that role?
Sure, absolutely. I really liked the overall journey. Last year, before graduating, I had two job offers. I chose one offer, but then the one I chose, it was 1 week before me joining there because of the budget issues. They revoked that offer. So that was really heartbreaking. It was unfortunate, so I understand. So after that, I started from the bottom, searching out product marketing roles, went to different websites, LinkedIn. I took your course. I joined Product Marketing Alliance, the PMA Alliance Slack community. It's really helpful to people over there. And one of the things that really helped me was that I was also applying for the different positions on different platforms, but I also wanted to reach out explicitly to different people. It was always a shot in the dark. I was reaching out to people on by doing cold emails. One of the person he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I love what you're doing, and even though I don't have a position right now, but I still would love to speak with you and understand your background and what are you doing." So I was like, "Okay, let's make a connect." Of course, like any conversation is like I'm gonna be happening that matters a lot to me. So we spoke on a call for around 30-45 minutes. I gave them about my background, what am I doing, what's my experiences, what are my projects that I've worked upon specifically around product marketing. So that happened. Fast forward to April, the same person reached out to me on LinkedIn stating that, "Hey, what are you doing these days? And I might have an opportunity for you and would love to connect once again if you're open." And that's when I connected and the conversation happened. And that's how I landed upon this opportunity. So it was always a shot in the dark, and because you never know from where the opportunity will gonna arrive, like it gonna come. If I look back, they were some of the moments it was really frustrating because I was coming to a completely new country and I'm here all by myself. But then my perspective has been changed in a good way. And now when I look it back, I really like it and I'm really proud of what I have achieved. And my friends have supported me in this time because my family is back in India. They have also supported me emotionally and mentally. But since I'm here right now, I was surrounded with my friends and they really helped me in my tough times. So I'm really grateful and thankful. So yeah, overall, it was a great journey altogether.
Nice. So you graduated, you got one offer revoked.
Mhm.
From that time to getting the call on LinkedIn, hey, come interview. How long was that time?
It was about 8 to 9 months, almost 10 months.
Wow. Okay. So I
Yeah.
have two questions there. Like one is, how do you mentally keep yourself going, especially when you're applying to all these roles,
Mhm.
maybe not hearing back or
Mhm.
not getting an offer? So that's one part. And secondly, how do you make the most out of these conversations or
Mhm.
these chats? Yeah.
Sure. So answering to your first question in terms of mentally keeping myself motivated. So in this journey, one of the biggest lesson that I've learned is that if you have a plans to achieve something, whatever it is, motivation is not really important. Because if I have to tell you that, summarize what motivation is in terms of mathematical language, I would say motivation is a sort of a sine wave or a cos wave. It comes and it goes down, it comes and goes down. But what really important, especially for someone who is going through with what I was going through, discipline is really important. You have to, most of the times you will feel that you are hitting your rock bottom and you just can't go move forward with it. But at that time, your discipline helps you. You have to be persistent, you have to be constant at what you are doing. and you have to keep on trying. So more than motivation, discipline is really important. That's what I believe, and that was my mindset. That's why I used to keep telling myself. I have to tell you, from the Marvel's overall universe, I'm a fan of Captain America. I found a lot of people who are fan of Iron Man, and I respect that as well. But the specifically why I like Steve Rogers is that one dialogue of his, I can do this all day. So that's what that motivated me. And yeah, more than motivation, discipline is really important. And that's what that kept me going during this journey. And answering towards the second part of the question, I did not reach out to people just because I wanted a job. I reached out to people stating that I used to do a little bit of research about what are they doing and how are their projects look like. And I try to find out some sort of conversation starters where I can pitch in my ideas on what they are doing. And in that way, I can have a genuine conversation with them, for which I'm really excited about, and get to learn them. What are they doing and what was their journey when they were in a similar situation where I am right now. These were used to be my really conversation starters. So not exactly going and asking, hey, I want a job or I want a referral, but to understand what they are doing, trying to make that connect, trying to network and make that bond. And then after that, of course, if they're okay, then I would have asked them. I used to ask them, can you help me with this? And if you have any position, because I'd love to work in this specific project, and that's why I'm really excited about it. So yeah, that used to be my conversation starters. If I have to summarize it, researching about what they are doing, pitch in some ideas around the same research which I used to have, and have a detailed conversation around it.
Awesome. Yeah, that's always good when you prepare in advance.
Mhm.
You add value to the conversation, and then the ask comes more naturally.
Absolutely.
I'm curious about the interview process for your current role. I'm sure there were many other people who applied for this role. What did you think made you stand out?
Mhm.
And how did you pitch yourself as the best candidate for this role?
I would say, in terms of standing out, again, I will go back and say that what I was doing, reaching out to different people, that really stood out. And even though I wanted to have a conversation with this person, knowing that he might not have an opportunity for me, but still I wanted to have a conversation and learn about what he's doing and what the company is doing, that really stood out because I was genuinely interested in the company. And how I pitched in myself was that I had the previous experiences around product marketing, and I resonated what was required currently in this specific role. I told my interviewers that I have done this before based on the examples of project that I did in the past back in India. For example, the go-to-market strategy and the product launches that I worked that resulted into almost about an $500,000 of ARR for the company. So my thought process with that was that how I can align to the specific roles or the capabilities that is required in this role, and what I've done so far, back in India. So I just aligned it, and that's how I pitched myself.
Got it. And then the person who referred you was that person also on the product marketing team?
He did not refer me. He's my current manager. So yeah, he's a head of growth marketing.
Nice. That makes a lot of sense now. Because at first I'm like, a lot of people get referrals, but the referrer can't tell the interviewers like, hey, this person made a good impression on me. But you pretty much landed a sweet spot, which is this person is also the hiring manager.
Yep, that is correct.
Uh,
So
That's
yeah.
awesome. Yeah, and it makes sense because it's not like you talked to him when the role was open. You talked to him before the role was open.
That was a fortunate part that happened in my journey. I'm really glad, and I'm really happy that he is my manager, because I'd just like to highlight this as well. So in most of my interviews, I got this question from a lot of hiring managers that, okay, so what are your expectations from your manager? How do you want your manager to be like? So I used to tell them, and I genuinely mean that, is that I don't see them as my manager, but I see them as my mentor, and I get to learn them, because learning is always important. Doesn't matter if you have done your undergrad, your master's, or your PhD. If you want to grow in life, learning is really important. So that's the mantra that I believe in. And I always see my manager as my mentor rather than just managers. Yeah.
That's awesome. Great. If you had to go back in time to right when you graduated from your MBA program? What would you do differently in your job search?
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of if I go back in time and what I would do in terms of my job search, anything differently, I'd say that was a journey that I really like, and I would not, want to make any changes over there. But definitely, if I'd go back in time, so I'd go back in 2021 back in India, and I would wait for some more time and gain more experience, and then I would have come to US to do my MBA. So gaining more experience, that is something that I would change if I have an option.
Awesome. Sounds like you don't have much regret in your last at least 1 year journey.
Yeah.
The last question is, how are you enjoying product marketing so far? What aspects of the job do you enjoy a lot, and what aspect of your jobs do you not struggle but still working out?
Sure. One of the major reasons why product marketing is that I like to learn a lot. And being a product marketer, you are very much closer to the product in which you're working towards. And you should be knowing the in and out of your product, which really excites me because you're closer towards the product versus rest of everyone else. Along with it, when you are trying to study your audiences, when you're trying to create the buyer's persona, and you get to see the different mindsets, what people like and don't, that is something that I really like about product marketing. And the third major reason is that if I am doing some sort of creating some sort of go to market strategy or some sort of marketing strategy that is influencing the audience, I am able to change their mindset with my strategies. That is something that I really enjoy doing. I see the difference. Let's say if I've designed some go to market strategy and based on that my buyers are changing their mindset and doing what we thought. But yeah, I like that feeling.
Awesome. Yeah, it's great being able to see the results or the impact. That's all the questions I had. Thank you so much, Sri, for sharing about your journey and advice for how to break into product marketing.
Of course, it's a pleasure speaking with you. And I have to say this, your YouTube channel and the course that you created, the PMM career track, has really helped me a lot. When I texted you on LinkedIn, I genuinely want to thank you for what you have done and what you are doing, specifically around product marketing and helping the audiences and the future aspirational product marketers. I want to thank you on behalf of all of them. And it's a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for inviting me once again here.